How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, this guide is focused more towards new players, people that are struggling maybe, or just confused on what build works well. If you do have ShadowHeart in your party, and she's a Cleric, and you want a good build that works for her, I got you covered here. Keep in mind, this isn't going to have multi-classing, and it isn't going to be the most amazing, spectacular build, but it'll work very well and get you through the whole game with no problems. So, one of the first things we got to do for this build is change her into a light domain class. Pretty sure she starts off as trickery, and we don't want that. Trickery just doesn't work as well. Light domain's the way to go, at least in this build. There's other good ones. Life is a good choice, but we're doing light domain, and it works wonderful. So make sure you switch her to that, and then with her leveling up, it's pretty straightforward the first couple levels, but what happens is, you're going to get access to some really good, actions. Now, when you look at your spells, if you're wondering what spells to start with in the game, I highly recommend Guiding Bolt, always on. You could even do Inflict Wounds for a lot of the time, and I would definitely pick Cure Wounds over Healing Word, just because it heals more. Yeah, you got to be next to and touch the creature, but this can heal anybody you see, but so many times you can roll a 4, where the lowest you can roll here is a 4 as well, but it can go up to an 11, so just to have that extra. And then the other ones, you can kind of pick whatever you want. Shield of Faith, Sanctuary. You can't really go wrong. These two for damage, this one for healing. That would be what I would recommend to people. And then we get to level 3. And do keep in mind, this guide's only going to go up to level 8 just to kind of help people get to the mid-game. I'm not going to go all the way up to level 12. I just want to kind of keep it a little simple, a little straightforward. Now we get access to our level 2 spells, and, we get one of them. And you could go Prayer of Healing for more healing, but I really think Spiritual Weapon is a lot better. It adds another body on the field, something that can get hit, something that can take damage, something that can deal pretty good damage too, especially at level 3. So I would prioritize Spiritual Weapon. And then you could take Prayer of Healing as another level 2 spell, or you could go with, no, I think those are good. Hold Person's good. You could pick any of these, but I would definitely take Spiritual Weapon and then whatever your choice is down below down there. Going into level 4, we get an extra cantrip and a feat. Cantrip's kind of personal preference, whatever you like. Sacred Flame's good. Thaumaturgy can be good. Produce Flame can also be good. I would take Sacred Flame just to have it. But the feat is where we're going to get kind of into some things. Now, there's 2 things you could do. Like all classes, you can get the ability improvement and improve your main ability stats, so that will help you all around. What I like to do is I like to get Shield Master, and I give the Cleric a shield, because I gain a +2 bonus to dexterity saving throws while wielding a shield, and I get the Master Block spell. If a spell forces you to make a dexterity saving throw, you can use a reaction to shield yourself. On a failed saving throw, you only take half damage. On a successful, you don't take any damage at all. So Shield Master is pretty good for defensive purposes. But honestly, ability point is good too. Whatever you want to do, if you're not going to shield, go for the ability points. You can't really go wrong there. But I like to give her the shield to keep her a little more survivability and just to help her out. So now, level 5 is when you're really going to pop off on the Cleric. You're going to get access to amazing light domain spells like Fireball. Fireball is so good. It's a huge AoE. And it does 8 to 48 fire damage, and you can literally one-shot some creatures at this point in the game with this. So, super good, and like I said, we got access to the whole suite of level 3 spells. So, we get Destroy Undead, and we got Daylight. So, all good choices. And for your level 3 spell that you get to choose, Spirit Guardian I find to be very useful, or the Mass Heal. The reason why I like, Animate Dead could be good too, depending on where you're at in the game. But Spirit Guardian is so great. You gotta concentrate to keep it up. But anything near you takes your choice of either Radiant or Necrotic damage for a pretty significant amount. So that would be the one I would roll with. And then I would probably take mass healing too. Your call though, but you really can't go wrong. Speak with Dead can be really cool when it comes to figuring out stuff about dead bodies or quests or just events in the world. But none of those can really go wrong. Level 6, we don't really get nothing insanely crazy, but we do get the Channel Divinity charges, which are super good. And we get improved Warding Flame. Channel Divinity, you're going to gain those charges, and that's going to allow you to do a really strong, you know, spell unique to your subclass. Now we're at level 7, and we get 2 more Light Domain spells, Guardian of Faith, which is insanely good. And Wall of Fire can be good too. We get access to our level 4, which you don't really have nothing too crazy yet, so pick whatever you would like. There's nothing that's like a must in that area. And then finally at level 8, before this video gets any more longer, it's already longer than I want it to be, but we do get our subclass feature, which is Potent Spellcasting, and then we get a new feat, and that can either be if you didn't pick Ability Improvement or you didn't pick Shield. It's kind of up to you. You could go, you know, if you're going ranged for them, you know, there's other choices, but in this build, that's what I would recommend. I recommend the shield and then go ability point, and that should get you through all the way up to level 8. So hopefully this guide was helpful. If you have any questions, any comments about it, let me know down below. I try to read and respond to every comment, or if you got some builds for Cleric that work really well, drop them down below. Let me know. You know, it can help out some people maybe, and you know, it's all good. So thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, later guys. Peace out. Have a good one.